What's up, YouTube? It's my channel that I'm starting. Recently, I always wanted to do a YouTube channel, but I'm not gonna have the time. I don't know. I don't like putting myself out there, but this is gonna be my first video. Pretty much just first video, just talking about me. Well, this video I want to talk about like my process and I don't know why I'm gonna put for the title, but pretty much the process of how like I went from NFL, XFL, USFL prospect to right now nothing right now. Just right now I'm working, but having being in that position that I was in till right now just nothing. But I still have hope. I'm still trying to pursue it, but it's just a really I don't know, like process is just this could be a little rant, a little just me talking. It's not this video is not organized at all, but it's just like you're so close to something and then like so close to something and then it just doesn't happen and now you're kind of lost, I don't like the word lost because like honestly lost because outside of football I really don't know what I really want to do. I guess I can always coach but I don't want to do coaching yet, not yet, you know what I'm saying? Like I want to at least do something with this football thing, you know what I'm saying? Play professional ball, like it's my dream ever since I was like in high school. Well, people say, it's different, I guess. For me, it was ever since I was in high school. Really, I didn't really have football aspirations till I got to high school. I didn't know what I really wanted to do, so football was it. That's something I was good at, decently good at, coming out of high school. But I just again, this video's gonna be all over the place. I'm gonna be all over the places, having different points and stuff, but. Yeah, this video is going to be my intro to the channel. Just talk about myself, talk about what I'm going through, and honestly I don't know what I'm going to do after. But yeah, so I guess I'll pretty much get into it. I'm not sure get into the process. I don't know if I should like start from high school or but anyway, with honestly, so I'm gonna do this. Okay, so my football career really started in middle school, in 7th grade when I played indoor sports. I wasn't able to do football, but for some reason, my parents really didn't allow it until until one time I asked them, like, I don't know where. I asked my mom, I don't know where. I said, hey mom, I want to play football, I want to give it a try. And she agreed. It was the Crushing Crows. Yep, 7th grade. I was like 7th grade at that time. Yeah, that was my first football experience. It was indoor football. I remember the first couple of days. I remember one day I had like a really bad scrape. But anyway, ever since then, I just kind of fell in love with the game. I guess it's just something I always wanted to do. I always seen football on TV, but I never really took it. I never really took it seriously. Like I had Madden games. I had Madden 06, 07. I played football games, but honestly, before I was even into football, I was pretty much just not a nerd, but like just not really a sports person. I was just I was just to myself, just playing games. Not really into sports like that. I always was an active kid, but never really got into it. But I always wanted to do it, and so 7th grade was over, and in 8th grade, that's when I did in 8th grade, I played my second year in football, 10% Ravens. Yep. I was like, it wasn't indoor football, it was outdoor football, like Little League, I don't know if it was considered Little League, but yeah, 8th grade I played that, played football. At that time, the crazy thing is so 7th grade, I played D-line, and I didn't know what D-line was. I was just like, oh hey, the guy told me just put your hand on the ground and go after the guy that has the ball. I did that. And then 8th grade, they made me a corner for some reason. They made me a corner. and they made me a corner, and I didn't know what I was doing. I mean, I didn't know what I was doing in general. I was just kind of just playing off instinct, kind of just playing football. I mean, I don't know, just get the guy with the ball, get the ball, run with the ball. So I didn't even know anything about football, like, at all. I had no trainers, no nothing. Like, I had no, you know what I'm saying? There's how some kids be playing football ever since they were like freaking 5, 6. None of that. Like, I had no experience with football. I had no one telling me how to play the game. And I had coaches there, but it was just like, the coaches weren't like professional. It was just like, hey, I'm gonna help out with the local. I know I probably got paid for it, but help out with the local team. So, my parents really didn't understand me. My dad watched the game, and yeah, I mean, he watched the game, but I don't know if we understood it. And my mom, and both my parents are African, so I mean, my dad understands football. My mom really doesn't, so that's the reason why it took so long to play. I mean, I talked to my dad recently, but he said he wasn't willing to let me play. At that time, I guess I don't know. Anyway, I'm going off the tangent. I'm going off the point, but I played 8th grade. I played quarter. Yeah, I think I played quarter the whole season, and then got to high school. High school freshman year was the worst. Like, I got it. I was going to play linebacker and running back, and then again, I didn't know what I was doing. Like, I was just playing football. Like, I didn't know what was going on. I was just enjoying the game. I was going to play basketball too. Definitely. That's a different story. But in high school, I played running back, linebacker. I didn't know what I was doing, so the coaches pretty much just benched me. And I don't blame them for benching me, because I didn't know what I was doing, like, at all. Like, no, I mean, they told me a couple things, but I was still new to the game. Like, and not really new, but like, sense of like knowing the game, I was new. Like, they told me nothing. So just going off was just, So I was benched. Pretty much. I really got in like the last 3 minutes of the game. So not like the last game, honestly. Yeah. And then 10th grade year, I didn't play because my grades, and I don't say my grades weren't that bad. Honestly, I don't know. I just didn't play. I don't know why I didn't play. No, I think it was because one grade I messed up in, and then for some reason I think my mom would let me play. I wasn't able to play because the thing is, like, my parents were always busy, so it's hard for them to like take me to places, for practice and games. So, yeah. So for them to do that, take their time out, it's like, okay, you try to play football, but your grades not that well. Like, no way I can, no way you can play football if your grades not that good. But I mean, my grades just one grade, and I don't know why. Like, I just thought that she wouldn't let me play, so I just didn't play. I was like, after one semester, I had like one bad grade. After that, I just didn't play football because I didn't think they should let me play again. I don't want to say everything was based on like what my mom, wanted, what my mom wanted. So I don't know. Like, I don't know if I can explain it correctly, but yeah. So I didn't think that she wanted me to play, but she told me that she did. Like, I don't know why you stopped playing. So I guess it's kind of my fault. I don't know. Maybe I think the biggest reason is that my freshman year I was benched. I didn't play. And crazy. Like, kids used to make fun of me for not playing. Like, honestly, if you think about it, my process is crazy. Like, who would have thought that I'd make it this far into football, like, at all? Like, I was probably the last kid, that they know of to even make it this far. To have NFL, scouts, or I have people look at me like, XFL, USFL, so being a prospect, I was the last person on earth that you would imagine even being this far. Like, a lot of the kids that I knew play ball, I was just a kid. They just didn't make it this far. Like, all the people that I knew, I probably made it the farthest, I think. That I knew personally made it the farthest out of this, thing. Sorry, I'm a little sick right now, but, yeah, so 10th grade I didn't play. 9th grade I came back, said, hey, let me just try it, I mean, I didn't know what I was going to do, and I thought being a professional football player was, like, something easy. I don't know, I mean, if I just learn it, like, I'm really good at learning things. Like, you tell me something, I'll pick it up, learn it. I'm not the most athletic guy in the world, the fastest, strongest. I probably have pretty good base strength, but instead of like learning something, I'll learn it and I'll just in my mind, think about it, and then try to find ways to use it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just good at picking up things. So running wasn't that hard, especially I was playing D-line. Like I wanted to try D-line again because it's the easiest position to play at the time. The Hearts was probably the easiest position to play more for real. Did D-line my junior year. I didn't really get into my coaches, but yeah. So Coach Miller, Coach Matt Miller, he helped me out a lot, honestly, because I didn't really know what I was doing, and something just looked out for me really later on. Like anyway, yeah, something just looked. So junior year I played. I was behind a kid. I was behind somebody, and then I ended up getting the starting spot, and I ended up starting from junior year to senior year. But yeah, that junior year, I was learning stuff. I was learning stuff on my own. Like, and again, I didn't have no trainers, like at all. Like, I had no trainers. It was all me, like. And like my head coach told me he knew some stuff, but what I can remember, he didn't know certain things like pass rushing. He didn't know eyes on the ball, get on the ball, using hands, flipping your hips, step club, rip, swipe, double swipe, cross chop, all that different stuff. He didn't know any of this. And I didn't really know any of this. I just knew like, hey, you gotta get off the ball, get him to a point. Well, I didn't know that until later on. Until that coach, anyway, Coach Wade, but being him to a point, stuff like that. Like for me at that time, it was just getting off the ball and ripping. That's all I did. And it's the same move I really use now. But anyway, yeah, I didn't really know it. I was looking up stuff up myself because I was trying to just like play college ball, so play professional ball. I knew it was hard, but I didn't think it'd be that hard. I was like, okay, I gotta play professional ball. I know I can do this. Like at that time, I was probably going from middle school to high school. I wasn't that big. And then, like, I guess my junior year I had the growth spurt, so I was a lot taller, but I wasn't that big. I was still a scrawny kid. Like, I was trying to work out, build muscle, but it's kind of hard for me because my body is. But not bigger now, but at the time I wasn't that big. I was like 210 at that time, even though that's still pretty big for a high school kid. 6'3", 210, but not big enough like at that level. Like, you want to play professional, like D1. I was trying to play D1. This is my biggest goal, trying to play D1. Thinking of walking on, but anyway, that's going off the point. So I played my junior year, had a decent season. Well, me personally had a decent season. The team didn't do that well. My senior year too. But anyway, now going to my senior year, I was working out, learning stuff to get better, but it wasn't enough. I actually needed Coach Matt Miller was a great coach, but I guess he didn't. I think he played a different position. I think he played linebacker or something when he played ball. So D-line stuff was something new to him, because he taught us the basic stuff like shooting our hands, we get off the ball, shooting our hands, and just playing run. Like he taught us like basic run stuff, basic run D, but he didn't teach us like really any pass rush moves. Like literally all the pass rush stuff I knew, I learned on my own. So yeah. So went to my senior year. I had a pretty decent season. That was all conference or something, or not all conference, something. I was like honorable mention, all state, but even though that's like something small, like it was something though. Like starting from a kid, like really my freshman year I was benched. I didn't play at all. The head coaches there didn't, I played the position I knew what I was doing, so I was winning. But kids used to like say, kids just make fun of me for not playing and. Just being rude, like just being kids, what I'm saying, like high school kids, just like, hey, you're not playing, haha. That shit used to hurt a lot. I shouldn't curse, but that stuff used to hurt a lot. I would have proven wrong so badly. I was just so, I don't know. So sophomore year, I didn't play. I was just depressed. I was just on my own, playing video games, just not really doing sports. I was just going through life, just going through high school. I was a regular student. I wanted to do something, Football helped me do something. Football gave me, people talk about football being a life sport and life game and all that corny stuff. It really did help me a lot, mentally, physically, obviously, mentally. I felt a lot better about myself. I felt more confident more. Felt more confident. So honestly, and then someone want to talk about that. College and stuff like that. All these visits and that. I didn't do college recruiting, football, any of that. I didn't know what I was doing. And my head coach at that time, because I went to Wintersville. I don't know why I didn't say that earlier, but I went to Wintersville High School. the head coach Coach Miller helped me out the best he could. But honestly, all this college recruiting stuff should have started like my sophomore year, and really early freshman sophomore year. So I didn't know what I was doing. I wasn't even playing. Like I literally started playing. Like I started my junior and senior year. I really didn't play football to my junior senior year. I would not play football, but I didn't start to my junior senior year. So I was late to football stuff. Football. When I was starting to play college ball. Trying to play college ball. So I really had nobody really looking at me like at all. Like I was I was a negative 0 star recruit. Like I was a walk on. I went to I had schools. I had like schools in different areas. Like it was like out of state, pretty far. I didn't know. I didn't want to be that far, you know. But what school was? Oh, okay. A lot of D3 schools were looking at me, but I was trying to D. I was trying to D1, D1. That's my mindset. The closest school to D1 was the closest division I can get to was D2, and that was Cheney. And then I'm not even gonna talk about Cheney, but I ended up walking on Cheney. A couple of things happened. Like I one of the fall semester, I redshirted. They switched my position too. I played D-line in high school throughout, and then when I got to Cheney, as a walk-on. I shouldn't say I regret my choice, but I don't know. I mean, things happen for a reason, so I knew it was meant to be there. I just wish I walked on to school, walked on to a bigger school. Maybe if I played a bigger school, things would be different for me. Like I'd be, like camp right now or something, or, I don't know. But it shouldn't change it. Anyway, that's something different. I'm probably for a different video, but yeah, I played deep tight end. They changed my position, so I always had to learn the whole position again in my freshman year. And then pretty much I was just training. It was Cheney was a whole different. This is a whole different topic I'm talking about. Then in my sophomore year, I ended up playing a little bit because my freshman year I was redshirted. My sophomore year I played. My redshirt freshman year I played. But I was behind somebody. Some guy named Kyle, really tight end. He was a good tight end. A tall kid, he was like 6'7". So after he was gone, I was gonna play, but then somehow, some way. Well, Cheney wasn't really that good of a program, and they were losing money, and we were losing. It was a losing school, just in general, like losing record. Losing record. Cheney had a losing record. Like we hadn't won one game in a long time. We won our first game my redshirt freshman year. We had a losing streak, and I didn't even know about it. And I went to that school. My dad told me not to go because we went to visit one time. And it was just, and again, Cheney was a whole different thing. But yeah. So after the season was over, we had the program had to close because they were losing money and we weren't winning any games. So I had to go to different school to play football. And at that time, it was me and this other guy. Me and this other kid named Rock or something. I don't know his full name, his full first name, but I call him Rock. That was his name, his nickname. He was like, "Oh, we should come in Frostburg." So I was like, "Hey, I had nowhere else to go. No one on the team was looking at me." I was like, "Hey, we're going to go to Frostburg." Went to Frostburg. It was deeper at the time, and I got there. It was hard, bro. Go from Cheney. Cheney was a very lax school to, again, the whole video I'll talk about Cheney. Went from Cheney to Frostburg, and that's how I met Coach Fitzgerald and Coach Wade, and it was just different. Like it was a lot harder. I wasn't really prepared for it, but I got used to it. Because I got used to it. I had no other choice. So, what I'm gonna do? I wanted to play college ball. I wanted to play college ball. I wanted to play professional ball. I was like, hey, no one school's looking at me. So Frostburg was there. So in Frostburg, and I transferred my spring semester because after the fall semester at Cheney, the football program closed, and then going into the spring semester, I had to do spring ball at Frostburg. I did all that, and that's when I met Coach Wade. Coach Wade's crazy dude, but that guy really set me up. He gave me the blueprint to be not only just a great pass rusher, but just a great D-line. Lineman in general, like he helped my game a lot. Helped my game a lot. make me mad sometimes. But he saw, I guess he saw potential in me. I should know it was on me. Like, always yelling, not always yelling, but always getting on my ass. Like, I shouldn't say that, but always getting on my ass. But he helped me a lot. You know what I'm saying? Without him, I didn't really, but he was a great coach. He taught me a lot. So thankfully I met him and gave me the blueprint to be a pass rusher. Pretty much gave me the tools, and I just ran with it, like took advantage of it. That year, we had a great season. We had a good season. We made it to playoffs, Division 3. I don't know how far. It's been a while since I remember that day, but we made it far. And I was behind somebody at the time. I was behind a kid named Paul, and we just alternated reps and stuff like that. Yeah, had a good season, and then that's the only season, like that D3 season. That's the only year I played D3. Then the following season after that, I went D2. A lot of things changed. Ended up playing. Ended up starting. This whole process, but I ended up playing. I ended up doing pretty well. I was trying to make the video fast. It was like 21 minutes right now, but I ended up playing. I ended up doing pretty well. I was second team all conference. So when I first got to Fosbury, I was around somebody. I was alternating reps. I mean, even in the year after that, I was alternating reps too. But I played, but I wasn't the main guy. I was just people thought I was a good player. I mean, when I first got to Fosbury, that's one thing. Another thing. When I first got to Fosbury, they didn't really think much of me. Like, oh, I came from losing school, like training, like spring ball, probably gonna get cut or probably gonna quit. And I was a big surprise, and to this day they tell me, "Hey, Carl, never thought Carl, never thought you'd make it this far. Never thought you'd be this good." Whole mindset, whole mindset. They ain't thought I'd be this good. They didn't think I'd be this. I mean, Coach would say, "Oh, Carl, I knew you were gonna be good. Just get." He told me that they were at a meeting. They were talking about me. It was like, "Oh, they didn't really want me like that." But Coach Wade said, "Hey, I'll take him. Like, we need, I'll make him a good player." Blah blah blah. He kept telling me that, but he told me that to this day. Like, hey, he believed in me this whole time, which I don't know. I mean, yes, he did because he helped me a lot. Anyway, yeah. So that year, when I first got the Falcons, we played, had a great season. We went to the playoffs. We fell out of the playoffs after like third playoff run or something like that. I don't know. It's been a while. Second year after that, I played. I was still alternating reps. So I think I was starting, but I was still alternating reps. I had a pretty decent season. I was second team on conference. I was so mad about that. I was just like, that season I led the conference in sacks. Right. Mind you, this is my first season starting, actually starting. Because the rest of my freshman year, right? The rest of freshman year I played, but I was behind somebody. And then going to Fosbury, I was behind somebody too, because I guess they didn't really have that much faith in me. So I was behind Paul, and so I was behind him, and we alternated reps and stuff like that. D-line was like in and out, so it really didn't matter. The year after that, I had a lot of years. I played college football for a while, but after that, I started. It was my first year starting ever, not starting ever, but starting college ball, going into season starting, and made second team on conference, and ran the conference in sacks. I was somewhat in the somewhere third or fourth in TFLs. I don't know. And then Zach, my other teammate, or the other D lineman, was all first team on conference. He was up there in sacks, TFLs, but yeah. So I'm all second team on conference. I was so mad about that. That really blew me. I was just like, wait a second. I had literally led the conference in sacks, and I was still second team on conference. That really didn't make any sense. That just drove me. I was like, bro, this doesn't make any sense at all. Maybe because I had to prove myself again. Because it was maybe it was luck. I just got lucky. So, the crazy thing after that season, COVID happened, right? And then, COVID happened. I remember I didn't tell you the years, 2018, 2019, right? So, I played that 2019 season. So when I got to Fosbury, it was 2018. I played that fall, and then 2019 I started, and then COVID happened 2020. Then we had spring league because COVID happened. In the fall sports, you can do any fall football. So we did spring league and spring football, and I made first team all conference. We had like 5 games, and I had like 4.5 sacks, 5 sacks. 5 CFLs. One game I didn't play. Okay, one game I did play. We were alternating. I didn't get one. What's that? One game. I was still mad about that. Again, guys, I'm just running, just talking. And then the last game last spring, that COVID year, I got hurt. Like both my ankles were messed up. I twisted both my ankles. And going to the summer, they didn't think I was gonna play that fall because it was spring and fall. It was spring, and then the summer, short period of time in the fall, we were gonna have a full season. So I didn't think I was gonna play. I just kept working out, kept trying, like kept pushing my body. Like, I mean, what can I do? Like, I don't think I had any more reshirts. Like, because I redshirted my freshman year, and then COVID happened, so I had no choice. Like, I had to do this. Like, I had no other choice. Either I do this or do well. I had a great season and all that. I get performance, get accolades, or just don't play and get because I'm hurt, don't play and then stop playing ball. Like, I had no other choice. Like, I had to do this, so I had to force myself. Even though my body wasn't completely 100%, I had to literally wear ankle braces for my ankles. Both my ankles was messed up. That whole summer, I was still working out, and I was somewhat in pain, and somewhat in pain. I pushed through. Like, I always push through. I always find a way. This is crazy. Like, many times where I'm just like, dang, like, no one thought I'll do this. No one thought I'll make this. No one thought, I'll call this over. Like, call this is, like, no way. And then somehow I push through. I always push through somehow. But anyway, it's me. So, going into my final year, my senior year, which is 2021. Yeah, 2021. It's okay. Yeah, 2021. That fall 2021. Like the past season, you just had, going in, I was still hurt, I'm gonna make a good video about this past season that I just had, but yeah, I had a great season. At first couple games, I wasn't looking so hot because I was trying to experiment. I don't know why I keep doing this. Like, my mind, I'm always changing things. Like, I'm always trying to do things better. I'm trying to make adjustments. Sometimes you gotta just stick with one thing and go with it. But I'm always trying to like improve. I'm always trying to like. Obviously, everybody's trying to improve, but I'm always trying to like try different things, see what works. Like, even like, see me like one-on-ones. I'm trying to do different moves or. Just try different stuff. Like, in my mind, I'll think about something. Okay, let me try this out in my head. But let's see what will work. I'm trying to innovate. I'm trying to. I mean, D-line really is basically like get over the ball, beat a brand to a point, beat a man to a point. Changes like I haven't looked at my notes in a while, but if beat a man to a point and he's not square, he's like turned, and you can do a speed power. Speed counter. If you beat the man to a point and he's not really turned, like he's not like this, like his back facing sideline, like he's beating the speed. If you're even leaving or something like that, I forgot how it goes. Even speed, but where am I going with this? I forgot. Again, this video is just me talking, but I had a great season that 2021. Oh yeah, I was talking about how like I was trying to change things up each game. I was trying to change things up. I gotta stick with one thing and just go for it. That's one thing I learned. I was trying to like change stuff, change game plans, change techniques. It's not a good thing, but yeah. So I didn't really do that. First couple games I wasn't really that hot with like I wasn't really making that many plays. I was a good player. I was there. Like, especially when it comes to like getting sacks, I was there. I'm so close to getting there. So I'm so close, and then to the ball, and how it is what it is. Like, you're there, you're almost there, and then things happen, and you get the ball off, and you miss a sack. But one thing I hate is missing sacks. Like, imagine being a guy doing all that work just to miss a sack, then it's a whole different thing. but I was this close to getting sacks. And then until I changed something up, like I was. If you look at it through our film, like I was lining up too far out because I was trying to like do something. Again, I was trying to change something up, and I was so dumb. It took me longer to get the quarterback because everything's happening so quick. Like play is like what 2 to 3 seconds, not even. So me lining up further out and trying to pass rush and give the quarterback more time. It took me longer to get there. Obviously, you don't want to be too tight, but it's like a good in between. Anyway. Started picking up mid season. Started making plays, started getting sacks, and then one game I had like 7 sacks, like 7 sacks, 8 TFLs, something crazy. 7 sacks, 7 TFLs. Like that game, was a wheeling game. It was a great game. And it's crazy thing is like, I can't do it too long, but you know how like, because I was super like, not depressed, but I was super depressed about the way I was performance wise. I wasn't doing that well. That should be. And at that point, I was just like, man, I'm just enjoying my season. This is whatever happens, Let me just play football. Like, let me stop doing all what I'm trying to do, and let me just, just have fun. Whatever happens, happens. I try to be, because that year when I made second team all conference, the senior year, I was trying to be first team all conference. Like, okay, so no, I did make first team all conference that spring league. I was like, okay, make first team all conference. Now my next goal is to be all American. That was like a pipe thing kind of. Let me go all American. That'd be cool, Also, my goal was to be a first team all conference, make defensive player of the week, just 1 week, all that. And that senior year I wasn't doing that well, so I was nowhere close. And then one game, one case I had 1 game to change everything. So one game I had like 7 sacks, 7 TFLs. I was just on in that game, and I wasn't really doing anything different. It was just things happen. That probability, luck, rolling the dice. Things happen. And I prepared the same way. I did everything the same thing. It's just I guess that game I was just doing well, and maybe on a bad day, and kind of just meshed together. And the rest of the season I did well. I started picking up sacks, picking up TFL, but it was like crazy how the little things can like change like. Before, but I changed up little things in my game. I was like, okay, now I'm getting there. Now I'm making plays. Now I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. But I think the biggest thing for me is just playing and just having fun. It's not thinking so much of accolades, and because my mind says, okay, accolades have a bigger chance of me making it to the next level. Like, that's what I'm trying to make it to the next level. I'm trying to be in the league. Still not in the league now. Still not that right now. I'm just I thought, okay, with this performance that I had this past season. I know it's D2, but of course I had a past season. Maybe had 17 sacks in the regular season. Like before any playoffs, anything like that. 11 games, 17 sacks, but I guess this wasn't enough. 23 TFLs just wasn't enough. I guess I wasn't. I guess I had a huge production, but my athleticism wasn't it. I guess because that's a whole different topic. After I guess I didn't really see me as an athlete. I was a pretty big dude. I was like 6'4", like 255 pounds. At that time, I was like 260 something. I played better. Actually, I played better when I lose weight. Like I put too much weight. I don't put the same. But pretty big dude. I guess it wasn't like. Okay, this is a whole other topic, but that season I did pretty well. I was a D2 player of the week. I was All-American. I had 17 sacks, 18 TFLs the whole season. I was all first team all conference, defensive player of the year for my conference. I shared with Guam. I don't know if he's still playing football. I shared with some other kid, and yeah, that was pretty much it. For me to go from, really go from high school and not play at all, and then people not believing me. Not really taking me seriously, and then my junior year, senior year in high school, playing, doing well, being the best player that they had in our team, being able to play college football. All people never thought I'd play college football. Then going to college, the same thing. Freshman year, people really used to make fun of me. The same kid, like these kids, they used to like. Kids are like. People used to say, "Hey, you're not playing, blah blah. You butt, you sort of ass, like." I do a player, blah blah, and not like I'm some person like to brag about myself. I keep to myself. People just come out the woodwork saying that, oh, you're not that good, blah blah. just being, being rude to still all the guys that I know that play college football with. I made it the furthest. Like, it was crazy. That's something that I'm proud of myself about. I'm really proud of myself about. All the people that said, "Oh, Carl, that's not good," or just me was mean about, "Hey, I'm starting and you're not." Of all the people that said that, I made the furthest out of all of them. I was closest to the NFL than they will ever be at. So that's something that I'm kind of proud about. I'm gonna say that I made it. Like, I'm gonna say I made it to the league. I'm kind of happy about it, but that's just making it is not enough. I'm gonna play. I want this to be my job. I want it to be my career. Like, have no other really enjoyment other than like working out, games. Like, football is something I enjoy. I guess I could be a coach, but I want to play. I want to play. I want this to be my job. NFL not the only thing. I was thinking the USFL too, because there's a whole process about it. I thought so. Coming into that's a whole new video. I'll talk about that. This is a whole new video that I'm gonna make. But yeah, so I'm trying to do other leagues, USFL, XFL. So I just had an XFL showcase in like June. This team, I had it in like not June, June or July. I forgot when I had it. I'm still waiting for an invite. I mean, I put myself out there. They know what I can do. I guess again, they don't see me as an athlete. It was the same thing. Now I'm gonna get mad. Like, same high school, they see me as an athlete. I had to prove them wrong. College, the same thing. And professional, the same thing. I had to prove them wrong all the time. Like, even though I have the production, it's just like, I don't see you as an athlete. I don't see you. There's no way you're a football player. Like, maybe because of the way I'm built. Like, no different topic. My knees are kind of caved in, so kind of stand funny. They don't see me as an athlete. So this video is really long. I don't know how to cut stuff, so I'm just posting it anyway. I don't have a title for it. NFL, XFL prospect to nothing. I don't know. But yeah, I'm still waiting for other leagues. Other leagues. See, I did the CFL. I couldn't have done that, but I forgot what happened. But so many things I'm still waiting for something. At this point, like, my agent is trying to help me out. With this whole process. He still believes in me. Like, and I heard most agents leave. Like, if the client's not getting any prospect, any looks, they just leave him. So I haven't reached out to him in a while, but he says he believes in me. He says that if I had an opportunity, I'm taking advantage of it, which is true. But I don't need this opportunity in front of the door. I'm not a good player. No, I know the great players is, they have to wait for other people to see that. There's always been like that. They have to wait for other people to be like, hey, I can see this kid, he has potential. Yeah, that's about the end of the video. Yeah.